And the EPA says that fracking does not cause widespread harm to drinking water. Here's the quote from their 1,300-page report. We did not find evidence that these mechanisms, that's fracking, have led to widespread systemic impact on drinking water resources in America. Let's bring in our next guest. He is the producer of the documentary Fracknation, Phelim McAleer. Welcome to the program, sir. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, Stewart.
All right. Now, we've got the EPA saying no damage, no significant systemic damage to the drinking water. We've got some anti-frackers saying not so. Some groundwater is contaminated, and we can show you individual examples. Who's right?
Well, the anti-frackers are just being clever. You know, look, when you bring a truck onto a field or start drilling a hole, you may impact the stream. You may spill oil into a waterway. You know, if you do any industrial process in the countryside, you eventually will somewhere impact water by spilling oil or spilling fluid. Yep. But fracking doesn't cause water contamination. It never did. And when I made Fracknation, this is the thing I always ask people: where's your scientific report? And they could never produce it. Because, I mean, it's very easy to analyze water. What's in it? You know, you can do it in any laboratory, and they could never produce evidence that fracking contaminated water. And now the EPA has confirmed this.
Phelim, I was surprised to see that EPA report because I thought the EPA would do its utmost to stop fracking in its tracks and reverse it. But they didn't. They said it's okay. I mean, it's not harming drinking water. Do you think this opens up fracking in states like New York, for example? Will it have that kind of impact?
God bless you, Stewart, for your naivety. No.
That's good,
because I know you're very naive. No. Look, being an environmentalist means never having to say you're sorry. So they have a scare. They produce this scare. It goes on for years and years. The science comes in, proves it's wrong. ALR and apples, all these things, and then they move on to the next scare. So now it's earthquakes. Now it's breast cancer. Now they just keep going on and on. Low weight children born below weight. They just keep going on. So people need to relax. The EPA has spoken. What people in these areas knew all along. Fracking does not contaminate the water supply, but that will not stop anti-fracking activists who have a religious faith in this, and they don't like fracking. And then they'll do anything to stop it.
I think they've got a hidden agenda, actually, which is no fossil fuels of any kind. And that includes natural gas, it includes oil, it includes coal. I don't think they want any of it. Can you settle a dispute? Is it true that you can, in fact, in downstate New York, light the water? And you've always been able to light the water with a match for hundreds of years. That is correct. That is true, is it not?
That is 100% true. I invite people to go to a documentary called Truthland, actually, where you see on camera someone lighting their tap water in New York. There is no fracking in New York, as we know. So lighting your tap water has nothing to do with fracking. There are 3 places in America called burning springs. The Indians called them that. There's a long history. George Washington lit water. It's in his diary. Him and Thomas Paine had a bet about whether they could light water. There's a lot of gas down there. It comes up. But even more important, and I saw your little incident with Josh Fox, the director of Gasland. He knew that. I have him on tape saying, I saw the reports of people lighting their tap water in New York in 1936, but I chose not to include it in my documentary because it's not relevant. So Josh Fox knows all this. He's admitted it on tape. But he chooses to try and avoid that topic because that doesn't make for good anti-fracking propaganda.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. That's good stuff. We appreciate that. Thank you. I feel vindicated. Phelim McAleer.
It's all there on tape. Josh Fox knew. Josh Fox knew.
Sure. Phelim, thank you very much for being with us today. We do appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stewart.